Welcome back to the show. Check out these headlines here. U.S. Faster Payments Council, FedNow+Ripple, Digital Dollar Project, CBDCs, and more. Ripple equals U.S. government secret weapon? I think so, and I think I can show it to you. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, the current market cap is $1.14 trillion. The market is up 1.5%. Bitcoin 27,900 plus right now. We see Ethereum at 1,640 and change. Tether market cap is currently 83.4 billion plus. XRP is 52 cents this morning, up 0.5% on the 24-hour and up 1.1% on the 7-day. Let's take a look at this. It's linked to, ladies and gentlemen, private equity, private investments. And I tell you something, access like you've never seen before, because they're doing everything they can to lower the threshold and make it affordable minimums. You won't believe it. Over 325,000 plus registered users right now. Great opportunities like Ripple private equity available. Link to itself has said they're getting ready to IPO. Everybody's been sending me messages and telling me the Ripple's out. I can't get Ripple. It's fully subscribed right now. Well, you know what? All you have to do is go register and sign up. And a little birdie told me there may be some Ripple private equity making its way back to the Link2 platform. So make sure you keep an eye on that and don't wait around to register when you see it. Go register and sign up right now and get yourself prepared to strike when it gets there. I love it. Take a look at this. It is still ongoing, ladies and gentlemen. The account still suspended for the digital asset investor, who is, by the way, the XRP GOAT in this space. The greatest of all time has been suspended on Twitter, X platform. Elon, what's going on here, buddy? What's happening? Right? Even if there was some kind of a misstep or misunderstanding, there's no warning system on this platform. A person who can build a platform, a profile, and community of over 300,000 people, closer to 400,000 people, and can be struck off the record in a flash. Because of what? Elon, this is not the free speech branding that you've been selling, my friend. Or maybe you're not anyone's friend. I don't know. But what I do know is that this should not be the case. And I tell you, I am now officially saying I am now calling myself an official X account of the Digital Asset Investor channel while he is in exile. I will do everything I can to help him restore his channel, get his message out, be heard, and I encourage each and every one of you to join the fight with me. Paste it. You are also an official X account of the Digital Asset Investor channel while he's in X-ile. And we want to get this done and over with and restored immediately. This should have never happened. And Twitter should put something, should put something in place so something like this does not happen. When people use your platform to build a community and a business, you have got to do better. You have got to do better to let them know that you made the right choice to come to this platform, not some other platform, and go build that community and business. Show us, Elon. Show us, Elon, that you're looking for a better platform and make this right. Let's get started right here. The United States has fallen behind most of the industrialized world in adopting real-time payments, largely due to the absence of unifying governmental efforts to establish such a system until recently. Well, take a look at this. Shout out to Michael Branch for that one. Give him a follow. Real-time payments, as we know, have revolutionized global financial landscape, fostering greater efficiency, convenience, and inclusion. Countries worldwide are embracing real-time payment system to meet the growing demand for instant transactions. Real-time payments offer advantages such as reduced fraud, 24/7 accessibility. Most of us understand this, right? The United States has fallen behind most of the industrialized world in adopting real-time payments, largely due to the absence of unifying governmental efforts to establish such a system until recently. The nation's first big step into real-time payments seen came in 2017 when the clearinghouse launched Real-Time Payments Network. The UK entered the real-time payment scene by introducing faster payment services in 2008, which aimed to reduce bank transfers from the usual 3 business days to just a few seconds. The UK is modernizing its payments infrastructure with a new ISO 20022 compliant architecture and the new payment architecture known as MPA scheme. ISO 20022 compliance allows for far easier interoperability between different payment systems. Then also, while many European countries have developed their own domestic real-time payment schemes, the continent's first multinational real-time effort began in 2017 with the launch of Single Euro Payments Area SEPA, which is Instant Credit Transfer Scheme. Meanwhile, European Commission has been exploring ways to instant payments more widespread across the continent, proposing a single application payment interface API standard to allow easier access to third-party payment providers to implement real-time payments for customers. Now, what's interesting to me in all of this is that the United States is the largest economy of the world. There's a lot of people don't like that fact, but it's a fact, Jack. Now, with that being said, yes, we are behind. But yes, I do believe it's intentional. If you look at the things that we've learned, and I'm only going to grab a small handful here for an overview, just to send the point home of what I really believe we're seeing here. Just like I believe we're seeing Saudi Arabia begin to unwind the petrodollar agreement, which elevates the status of the U.S. dollar. And by the way, we can't have the talk about the technology and the new payment rails and the new infrastructure and new architecture of all the money moving around the world without also acknowledging what's happening at the same time in parallel with the U.S. dollar confidence around the world being lost, right? This is a reminder very quickly here, day 76 here. It says long Ripple partner Cross River Bank officially joins FedNow. We know that also Ripple works with U.S. Faster Payments Council connected to FedNow as well, right? Keep that in mind. And I'm just moving through this information quickly here so we can keep moving here. Then this is Jas Takar here. He works at Ripple, and he keeps it cool under pressure and describes the seemingly endless capabilities a blockchain can enable in the latest crypto in 1 minute. Take a quick listen to this 1 minute, and then we're going to show you a little fun fact about Jas Takar here.
How do you feel about answering this in 1 minute?
Terrified. This one's going to be a tough one. Hello, my name is Jas Takar, and this is Crypto in a Minute. So what is a blockchain? A blockchain is a distributed, immutable store. What does it store? It stores data such as accounts, wallet addresses, and value, and transfers of value in the form of transactions. That's sort of a general definition. What does distributed and decentralized mean? We often hear that when we talk about blockchains. It means there's no central authority that controls a blockchain, and there's no central authority that provides permission or verifies identity of anyone on the blockchain. It's an immutable store. It's very transparent. It's open. It's public. All of the activity on a blockchain can be seen by all. And so in terms of what use cases it enables a transfer of value. It enables a transfer of money across borders. It enables real-world assets to be tokenized so we can all own fractions of real estate that we otherwise can't afford.
Great job, Jas, no doubt about it. Now, here's what's interesting about Jas Takar, other than him being extremely smart, is this. He spent over 7 years at BlackRock, where he was a director of software engineering, index and ETF portfolio management technology, as well as cash and global credit technology. Come on in. Yeah, these are the kind of connections. Now, I think we all understand we don't have to go down a rabbit hole about how enormous BlackRock is, right? I don't think we have to go down the fact that it's 17 plus trillion assets under management, this kind of thing, right? So knowing that they are a massive entity that help the government every time that there is a collapse that the Fed causes every 10 to 15 year cycle, right? They're the ones that come in and buy up the market, right? Like they did in the '08 crisis, buy everything 40 and 60% off and then resell it to everybody all over again. That BlackRock, right? The same BlackRock where Robbie Mitchnick was at Ripple and then left to go be the head of digital assets at. That same BlackRock, right? This is what we're talking about here. These kind of deep ties. The same Ripple company that was working with the Federal Reserve Faster Payments Task Force, which led to the Faster Payments Council, which also ties them into FedNow, which I also believe that confidence in work built them the relationship to the Digital Dollar Project we're getting ready to talk about in just a second. But this is Pat Thielen here, just recently talking about what's going on. Take a listen. This is Pat Thielen from Ripple, obviously, understands the importance of FedNow, fast payment rails, and how to integrate with it and how it can help shape outstanding use cases. Ripple feels is the only possible after the ISO 20022 implementation that I just got done talking about, which is just expanding modules in November 23.
I think you talk about FedNow. Then if you then take those standards and you have a brand new rail in the country, you can apply it in smart ways. I think Lena hit on a few of those at the beginning, but it really opens up the aperture for how not only banks but fintechs and other providers can do really clever things, really with the end user in mind.
There you have it right there, and that's very recent right there, I believe. Then there's this public service announcement from Ripple Federal U.S. Faster Payments Council. Now, I mean, this. I'm just giving you this right here very quickly, just because we all know it. Let's just reinforce.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pat Thielen. I'm the Vice President of Global Account Management at Ripple. We truly believe that there is an Internet of Value coming, much like the Internet provided with communications and email in the 90s and through the beginning of the millennium. Today, the payment system is advancing, and unlike a lot of the other crypto players in Ripple's space, we truly believe that the revolution is going to occur from within. So the ecosystem that the U.S. Faster Payments Council has put together will be those players that will make sure we advance the industry. The working groups that are coming out, it's the cross-border, the QR, the directory model. These are really opportunities to take that user experience, the interoperability that has been designed in the other initiatives, and really apply it to real-world problems. Many countries have leapfrogged the U.S. in real-time payments, so this is a real opportunity for us to leverage a body like this. The playing field is set, and you can either sit on the sidelines or suit up with U.S. Faster Payments Council and change the game.
And there you have it right there. Now ask yourself very quickly here, in this market of ambiguity, lack of clarity, right? We got suppression going on in the market, obviously, right? Ripple is the one that gets to have a voice on the U.S. Faster Payments Council, right? I'm not trying to be a maxi here, but you're not hearing them talk to anybody from Bitcoin, right? You're not hearing them sit down with, and let's just say it this way. You're not hearing them talk and hear from anybody from the other 20,000+ crypto projects out here. You're hearing them come from Ripple, right? And we know Ripple tends to use the XRP ledger in some of their offering of their suite of products. This is extremely positive to me, and I'll tell you why. Because if we keep going here, let's just take a look and recap here. Craig DeWitt, back when he was at Ripple, he says it best in about 24 seconds, and I want you to hear it right here.
So the way we think about it is XRP Ledger is really this open source, open ledger platform that you can build a lot of different verticals on top of.
Which quickly means that Ripple has decided to use this open source public good to build something for their business and their clients, which are central banks, financial institutions, the rest of it, right? Keep listening.
And when we talk about the Internet of Value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It just so happens cross-border payments with institutions is the niche that we're focused on right now. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market. So the way
this market just happens to be a $10 trillion market. Yeah, for starters, right? That's right out of the gate. But they're also focused on many other use cases. Shout out to Craig and his company now, Supermojo, I believe it is. And then there's this reminder, because as I said just a moment ago, at least in my mind, I can't see the world moving to a new set of payment rails without dealing with the effects of the US dollar and continuing to allow it to remain dominant in this world. I don't think the US is going to do a trade-off where they allowed a dollar to be just ditched, thrown away, the bonds dropped, which we are seeing a shedding of around the world, by the way. That is happening. But as Brian Brooks said the other day, and I covered it here on the channel, and I encourage you to go watch it, if you get a digital dollar right, And we could talk about the many ways that that could be done right here in a second. But if you get a digital dollar right, you could create the demand from below, which means the citizens of all of these countries would prefer to hold that digital dollar, because if you design it right, you build it right, you have the privacy rights built into the digital dollar, which gives it integrity, the demand will be there. Now, how do you get that confidence in the dollar as far as its value beyond the integrity of how it's designed and the actual value of the dollar to be held up? I think you could use something like Ripple, the company, and the way they've built their infrastructure to serve on top of the XRP ledger, because it's a public good. And I believe if you get the design of the dollar right, and listen, DigitalProject launches technical sandbox, program exploring central bank digital currencies, infrastructure solutions featuring Ripple. To me, I see it all coming together here. And honestly, what I'm really seeing is the idea that maybe we see a wholesale CBDC, which will be much easier to design, much easier to control, much easier to make sure that it's done right with a smaller group of people instead of on the retail side. And something like a stable coin like USDC could serve as a retail digital dollar for people and citizens of the world and this country. It's a thought, right? And look, I don't know if it goes that way, but what I'm saying is, yes, the U.S. is behind. That is clear as far as legislation and regulation. However, when it comes to technical design and putting things together and being prepared to release something, what I actually see is a country and a government that has been working tirelessly behind the scenes, at least since 2017, with a company called Ripple. And they're getting closer and closer every day to revealing exactly what it's going to look like for the new world, the new financial system as far as payment rails goes, and actually a digital dollar as well. Look, where this goes, nobody knows, but that's what I'm seeing today. I'm glass half full here, but we do need legislation and we do need regulation. I'm not blind to that. But I don't think this is starting from square one when it comes to the technical side of this. We know Ripple is involved in many things with the U.S. Faster Payments Council and FedNow. We know that they're also involved in this CBDC pilot with Ripple, or the Digital Dollar Project, which has to be some extension of testing on an independent side, because Digital Dollar Project is independent of the government, where the government can look at this information and say, you know, we're going with that model, that design. That's what we're going to do. And when they do it, it will be the largest economy in the world moving to it. And once that happens, it's done. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. This is getting better by the day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch all of you on the next one.